Oh, you've been doing it, haven't you? Oh, yes, you've been bending over backward, breaking yourself to pieces just to please them, running yourself ragged, trying to fit into the mold, trying to make everyone happy. Oh, how funny it is to watch. It's hilarious, really, watching you scramble to keep up, to be enough, to satisfy people who, let's be honest, never had your best interests at heart. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, but you knew that, didn't you? Somewhere, deep down in that aching little heart of yours, you knew. You knew it was all a game, a rigged one, too. But you kept playing. Because maybe, just maybe, this time they'd see you. This time they'd appreciate you. This time they'd give you the love, the respect, the acknowledgement you've been waiting for, right? Hey, hey, hey. But they never did they? No, 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 they just took and took and took. They sucked the life out of you, drained you dry, and left you with nothing. And still you stayed. You stayed because you thought, what if they finally come around? What if they finally realize what you're worth? Oh, it's tragic. It's really quite tragic, but also deliciously ironic. Because all this time you've been giving them everything, your energy, your time, your attention, your love. You've been pouring yourself into people who frankly didn't give a damn about you. And now you're standing here, empty. But here's the kicker, my dear friends. You've been thinking, how do I make them see me? How do I make them care? How do I make them care? How do I make them understand what they've done? And you've been trying, oh, how you've been trying. But it's all been wrong. You've been playing the game wrong. You've been trying to make your presence felt. But the real punchline, the real way to make them feel your worth, it's in your absence. That's right. Not in your presence. Not in your words, not in your actions, not in your sacrifices. No, 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 the way you make them realize what they've done, the way you make them ache for what they've lost, is by being gone, by disappearing, by making sure your absence is the biggest punishment they could ever experience. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, don't look so shocked. You've been thinking this whole time that if you just stick around a little longer, if you just prove your worth, they'll come to their senses. But people like them, they don't come to their senses while you're still there, feeding their egos, playing by their rules. No, no, no. They only realize what they had when it's gone. Think about it. All this time, you've been the one who's always there, always available. Always ready to pick up the pieces, to fix the problems, to be the solution. You've been there constant. And what do people do when they know someone will always be there? They take them for granted. It's human nature, really. People only start to notice something when it's no longer available to them, when it's no longer convenient, when it's no longer convenient, when it's no longer theirs to abuse. And that, my friends, is where your power lies. Not in being present, but in being gone. Because you're valuable. You're worth more than you've ever been given credit for. But they'll never see it while you're still there, while you're still giving them everything, while you're still playing their game. No, they'll only see it when you're missing. When the hole you leave behind is so big, so gaping, that they can't ignore it anymore. You see, the biggest punishment you can give someone who's taken you for granted, it's not in fighting with them. It's not in begging them to see your worth. It's not in demanding their respect. Oh, no, no, no. That's what they expect from you. That's what they've conditioned you to do. And as long as you keep playing by their rules, they'll keep winning. But when you remove yourself, when you take away everything you've been giving them, that's when they feel it. That's when they start to realize just how much you were doing for them. That's when the loss hits them like a ton of bricks, and they're left standing there, wondering what the hell just happened. He. And oh, how glorious that moment is. That moment when they look around and realize that the person they thought would always be there, the person they thought they could treat however they wanted, is gone. And not just gone in the physical sense, gone in every way. Gone from their life, their thoughts, their reach. It's not about disappearing in a blaze of glory. No, it's about being unreachable, about cutting the strings, about making them realize that they've lost something they'll never get back. And that is the ultimate punishment. Because people like that, they don't feel remorse when you confront them. They don't feel guilt when you argue, when you try to explain how they've hurt you. They just dig in deeper, become more entrenched in their own selfishness. They twist your words, turn your pain against you. But when you're gone, when they no longer have access to you, oh, that's when they feel it. That's when they start to panic, start to realize that maybe, just maybe, they've made a mistake. But by then, it's too late. And that's the beauty of it. You see, the people who've been taking advantage of you, who've been draining you dry, they've never considered a world where you don't bend to their will. They've never imagined a reality where you simply leave. But you can do it. You can walk away. And when you do, make sure your absence becomes the loudest thing in their world. Make sure it echoes in their minds, keeps them awake at night, haunts them in ways your presence never could. Because you're not replaceable. You're not someone they can just find again, someone they can plug into their life like another cog in the machine. No, you're unique, you're valuable. And when you're gone, they'll feel that void. Oh, they'll feel it. And you'll be free. Free from their games, their manipulations, their abuse. Free from the endless cycle of trying to prove yourself to people who were never worthy of your time in the first place. But make no mistake, your absence, it's not just about leaving. It's about leaving with finality. It's about making it clear that you're not coming back, that they can no longer reach you, that they've lost their chance. And that, oh hey, that will be their greatest punishment. You see, the real power you hold is in your ability to disappear, to walk away and leave them wondering, leave them regretting, leave them realizing that the thing they took for granted is gone for good. And you don't need their apologies, their regrets, their attempts to make it right. Because by the time they realize what they've lost, you'll have already moved on. And that, my dear friends, is the sweetest revenge of all. Hey. Oh, I can already see it now. The panic, the confusion, the desperation as they scramble to figure out what happened, why you're no longer there, why they can't reach you. And you'll be out of reach, untouchable, free from the chains they tried to bind you with. Because in the end, their greatest punishment is not your anger. It's not your confrontation. It's not your attempts to make them see your worth. Their greatest punishment is your absence. So make it count. Walk away. Leave them to their hollow little lives, their empty victories, their shallow games, and let them feel the weight of what they've lost. Because the truth is, you don't need them. You never did. And now they'll have to live with the fact that they'll never have you again. And that, my friends, is a punishment they'll never forget.